The night was thick with silence. Not even the crickets dared to sing beneath the looming presence of the ancestral hill, Ukpuru Nta, a sacred place where no man tread after sunset, except tonight. A boy ran. His bare feet thudded against the red earth as he clutched a small leather drum wrapped in cloth. Behind him the howls of unseen pursuers grew louder, echoing with rage and bloodlust. He had broken a law no one dared touch, and now the ancestors were awake. Ejike had not set foot in Umudika for 17 years. Not since his father, Na-Udo, the village drummer, disappeared during a sacred ceremony. His body was never found. Only the ancestral drum was left behind, splattered with blood and buried under a silk cloth in the shrine. They said his father had offended the gods, but Ejike never believed that. Now a young man, raised in the city, Ejike had returned to bury his grandmother and finally reclaim what was rightfully his father's drum. He didn't expect resistance. Certainly not from the village chief, Oba Emba, who summoned him the night after the funeral. "You must not touch that drum, Ejike. That drum binds the bloodline. If you beat it again, you will awaken what your father could not control. It is my inheritance. I came for the truth. Then you must be ready to pay the price." The shrine was dark and cold, hidden behind layers of woven mats and carved masks. Ejike ignored the prickling on his neck as he stepped inside, guided only by the flickering lantern he held. There it was, the Okpoko drum, once played only during ancestral rites. Its surface was faded, but its pulse, alive. He felt it before he even touched it, a soft vibration in the air like a breath waiting to be released. He struck it once. A low, thunderous hum escaped into the night, and the earth trembled. Outside, dogs howled, winds rose. The sky, moments ago calm, cracked with sudden lightning. Somewhere in the village, a woman screamed. Ejike staggered back. His head spun as visions crashed into his mind. Fire, shadows, his father kneeling in chains, and a face, his own but twisted in pain. He dropped the drum. Something had been awakened. Over the next few days, strange deaths began in Umudike. First, the village herbalist was found burned in her hut. Then a farmer was discovered hanging from a tree, his chest marked with red handprints. Each death was followed by drumming sounds at night. No one saw who played it. Ejike, just racked by guilt, confessed to Mama Kemi, the village's blind storyteller. "You have awakened the Ojin Obu, the chain spirit. It binds your family, Ejike. It cursed your grandfather, swallowed your father, and now it seeks you." But why? Because your blood carries what it fears most, truth. Your father tried to break it. You must finish what he started. But beware, the drum listens. And if you play it wrong, it won't just kill you, it will wear your skin. Determined to break the curse, Ejike climbed Ukpuru Nta under a blood moon, carrying the drum wrapped in white cloth and a dagger carved from Iroko wood, blessed by Mama Kemi. There at the hilltop shrine he found the truth: bones, chains, and a recording, hidden in a metal box protected by layers of cloth. "If you hear this, it means I failed. The drum is alive. It was not made for praise but for control. The ancestors were prisoners, their spirits used by the first Oba to rule. I tried to free them, they took me instead. But you, son, you must end this. Beat the rhythm of release, 3 low, 1 high, 2 fast, do not forget." Ejike fell into darkness. He landed in a cavern filled with drums, hundreds of them. Shadows lined the walls, men, women, children, all bound by invisible chains, their eyes hollow but pleading. The chain spirit appeared, a monstrous form with no face but hundreds of arms, each holding a drumstick. "You are of the blood, you will continue the rhythm, or die like the others." But Ejike had memorized his father's beat. 3 low, 1 high, 2 fast. He struck the drum again and again. The spirit screamed, the drums cracked, Chains snapped, the ancestors screamed, and then began to sing. A flood of light swept through the cavern, swallowing the shadows. The monster let out a final wail before bursting into ash. Ejike collapsed. At dawn, the villagers gathered at the hill, mouths agape. Ejike walked out barefoot, bloodied but alive, carrying a new drum carved from Iroko wood and bone. This drum will never be played with fear, only truth. The curse was broken, but in the wind, sometimes, the old rhythm still echoed, not in threat, but in warning.